you see me, I don't know if you can hear me, kids are in pool, there's somebody else watching them as well. So don't worry, they're not being neglected, but you might only be able to hear them. Let me move this forward a bit so you can hear me over the ruckus. There we are. Right, so this is the, I've got a leopard skirt on, look. I'm like doubling up my leopard print today. This is the stage of life I'm in, the Bet Lynch stage of life I'm in, where I will double up leopard print and then I'd treble up leopard print if I could. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I've been told not to wear leopard print in court. Gives the wrong impression. But the majority of my wardrobe's leopard print. So was it. Anywho, it's a nice introduction, isn't it? If you're new here, my name's Victoria. I do home education, homemaking, low income living, and the last two like rant of the week type videos I've done where I just sit here in my garden on my car seat with a cup. I've got orange squash in it today. You can see there's not much left. I'm trying to, I nearly tipped it over. Well, oh yeah, you'll have to believe me. You have to draw it on the chair. And have a random rant about random shiz, and it seems to be going down well, so we're going to keep doing it when I can, you know, children and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. What was I going to say? I'm a little bit lively because I took my daughter to Brownie's. It's a summer's evening, it's nice and warm, pub's Everett Road. Pinky's best friend's mum, who also home educates, she's like it's your birthday next week, she was just going in A1. And there were 3 of the Brownie's mums, we hadn't been invited, there were 3 of the Brownie's mums going into the pub. So I was like, yeah, alright then. I was going to have half a pint. She says, have a pint. I don't drink. I don't drink, so I've had a pint, so I'm a wee bit lively. I'm alright, I'm only a little bit lively, I'm not drunk. But I'm gonna have a headache in about an hour, I can feel it coming. So I've got a glass of orange squash, I'm trying to... And thing what, we were gonna have a chat, because obviously I've got this court case coming up in 3 weeks. And she's got, I won't say because it's her business, but she's going through worse. So we was going to have a little bit of a chat. Got in there, there's this bloke at the bar. And we've only got like and Brownie's is only an hour and 15 minutes, so we've got like an hour. Bloke at the bar, 68, because he kept telling me. Because he was, no, I'm 68. He's going, I know your face, I know your face. And I'm going through all the places I've worked. He's, no, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that. So I was like, well, maybe you know my husband then. Told him my husband's name. No, it's not that. But turns out his brother used to work with my husband. That still doesn't explain how he knows me. Because, no, your face, no, your face. And I had the dog with me, so then we're having a Jack Russell conversation. Anyway, then we sit away from him, because we're trying to have a chat here, you know what I mean? And I didn't mind, like, I love the random characters you find in pubs. Not that I get to go in pubs very much anymore. The only time I'm in a bar is when I'm behind it working now. Because I'm bar manager at the village hall. I only work if somebody books the bar, so I can work a couple of times a week. I can work not at all for months, it depends. Anyway, so we sat down for a chat, we start having a chat. This man comes back over the bowl of water for the dog, and then he starts telling us how the water, and we're in a Jack Russell conversation. Then he starts telling me how the water around here is poisoned, and he keeps ringing the water company and they keep fobbing him off. And I'm like, well, better drink, better stick to beer then, ain't we? Stick to beer, the water's poisoned. Anyway, he finally goes. We start trying a chat again, and her husband turns up, rude. And then we had to go and pick kids up. Well, I say kids, my daughter and her daughter. So yeah, technically kids, just not plural for one. You know what I'm trying to say. Anywho, so I'm a wee bit lively. So what was I going to talk about today? I can't remember. I've been looking out for random topics to talk about, to have me a little rant about. So I had a lovely time in the pool, but it's getting a wee bit bumptious. What was I going to say? No idea. It's gone. It's gone. Anywho. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Lily Allen, British singer. She recently did a podcast where she was saying she doesn't know how many abortions she's had. And she started it off, and she was quite cheery about it. I haven't seen the full thing, I've just seen clips, but she was like, abortions, I've had a few. You know, she was proper like, and the woman who's with her on the podcast, who I've never heard of, she has as well, but I don't know. But my point is, I am unapologetically pro-life, and I'm not getting into that here. I'm not going to fall out if you're not pro-life, but I'm unapologetically, that's a long word when you've had a drink, unapologetically pro-life, and so is my husband. My husband is as anti-abortion as I am. However, I think that even if you are pro-choice, you should be outraged and disgusted by Lily Allen, because there are women out there who use abortion as birth control. There are women out there who don't care about aborting the babies. Cynthia Nixon, she was a Sex and the City actress, she was wearing a hat that said "Make abortion great again," smiling her head off. Miley Cyrus did a advert a couple of years ago saying abortion is healthcare, but on the picture she's licking a cake like abortion's as easy as a piece of cake. If you're pro-choice and they're the kind of women that are advertising abortion, one, it makes abortion look worse than what the pro-choice people are trying to put out there, and it just plays into the hands of people like me who are against abortion. But two, it makes pro-choice women who have perhaps never had an abortion but they agree with it, or women who have had an abortion, it was an awfully hard decision and they struggle with that decision for the rest of their lives, or women who have been forced into an abortion, or etc, etc, etc. It makes women like that look bad. It makes it look like you're all like that, which you're not. I fully accept that some women who have an abortion, it's a really hard decision, and you know, it's not something they take lightly. And celebrities crowing and celebrating and being all wow, I've had an abortion and I'm fantastic. It's not doing anything for the pro-choice movement, and it's sickening to women that are pro-choice, but they're pro-choice because, like I say, it's not ideal, but they've had to have an abortion. So whether you are pro-life like me or pro-choice, you should think Lily Allen's actions are disgusting, in my opinion. Wow, that was a heavy one to start with, wasn't it? What's happened, Ping? The other thing is, it's quite an adult one, this one. I maybe should have put this at the beginning. If you've got kids with you, don't listen to it with kids with you. The other one is, I am, for the most part, I'm against plastic surgery, but I'm struggling with it at the minute, because in the same way that when I was 18, 19, I sort of struggled with my weight. I was obsessed with losing weight. I went really, really thin, and I could see other people different sizes and think, wow, they're beautiful, but couldn't see it myself. And I was constantly trying to make myself thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. It's a long story. I'm cured of it now. I couldn't care less now. I couldn't bloody care less what size I am now. I'm a size 20, sometimes 22, and I could not care less at the minute. But what I mean is, it did affect me, and I can feel I'm starting to. I really don't like the fact I'm aging. I don't look bad at the moment because the light's all right, and it's the evening. But if you, my Patreons, if one will back me up on this, when you see me first thing in the morning, especially if I've had a bad night's sleep, I look bloody awful. It takes a while for my face to fall into place. I've got all lines and stuff, and I know it's normal, and I'm hoping this feeling will pass. And one, I'm too poor for plastic surgery. My finances will keep me on the straight and narrow, don't you worry about that. And two, you see other people do it and they look alright, and you see other people do it and they don't look alright, or they go too far and then they don't look alright. So I'm worried about that. So I'm hoping eventually I will not care like I don't care about my weight, but at the moment I'm struggling with it. I'm going to be 38 next week, which I know is not old, but the thing is, I think it's because I'm having a hard time. Also, you can't tell how old you're meant to look now. It's really hard. Like when we were kids, everybody's mums and dads looked relatively the same age. Now, they've all got filters on Facebook and Instagram, and then you see them in real life and you're like, whoa, you look different. Or they've all had little bits done and you can't tell what they're actually meant to look like for their age. So I don't know if I'm aging badly or not, because of the people I see, it's not the real face I'm seeing. But also, I'm sick of people saying, doesn't matter about aging, and they're people who are aging well. I don't feel like I'm aging well. My dad didn't age well. I don't think my grandma aged really well. She looked really right up until she was about 70. My mum's aging really well. My friend's mum, she's 74, and I feel like she's got it right. She's not had nothing done, but she's sort of Joan Collinsy, you know, where they make the best of themselves. So I want to be like that really as I get older, where I just make the best on it. But I still look like me. But then you see other people have little tiny bits done, like Pat Phoenix used to do at Corrie. On Corrie she'd have like, oh, can't come to Gail's wedding. I'm going back now, this is like 70s, isn't it? Can't go to Gail's wedding because she's got tonsillitis in Turkey or something. And then she'd come back after about a month and she'd have a little tiny bit of a thing done. That's the kind of thing I'd do if I did. But like I said, I'm too poor to anyway. But one of the reasons I'm struggling with it is because I've had an awful 5 years. A lot of us have had an awful 5 years. But I've had an awful 5 years. Beginning of 2020, I still can't talk about it. I probably never will be able to talk about it. Something absolutely catastrophic and awful happened. What's up, Charlie? What are you doing? Hang on 1 minute. He wants to start the pool. It's the worst camera angle now, love. Hello. Me all warm again. Okay. Letter. I'll have to be quick because he's on the rampage now. He's got out the pool, on the rampage now. So what I was going to say was, it's been an awful 5 years. Obviously there's been happy things and good things, but beginning of 2020 something catastrophic happened I can't talk about. Straight after I had a chemical pregnancy, miscarriage, and the more I look back, the more I think it was caused because I was so distraught over what happened. Can't prove it, but that's how I feel. Then COVID hit. We had COVID, lockdown, you're all going to die, all that business, but we all went through that, didn't we? Then had Jerry, my toddler, whole pregnancy, people being nasty, can't believe he had another one, he needs a vasectomy, fighting for her own birth, didn't get the own birth, had like 3 masked men, paramedics in the room pulling me all over the bed while I'm trying to give birth. Took the baby off him pretty much immediately. I had to walk down into the street with blood and umbilical cord hanging out. With awful. While I was pregnant, they were like, we think his heart might be wrong way round. We think he might have cleft palate. We think there might be something wrong with his stomach. None of them things turned out to be true. But the worry. The bad feeling. He's got no clothes on, don't you see? The bad feeling, the worry. Then apart from my mum, I had pretty much zero support postpartum. Made myself ill. Then, but Jerry's a wonderful, wonderful gift. My toddler is a wonderful, wonderful gift. And I think he come at the right time because having that baby helped pull me through a lot of, the joy of a baby's first couple of years helped pull me through a lot of things, and my other kids obviously. Then I come down with a chronic illness which I'm never going to get better from, and learning to manage that, grieving my old self and my old health. Lots and lots of challenges. Could you be in these? Who said you could hear them? Crisps. My husband getting ill with his illness. Then I just lots and lots of stress. And then, of course, I'm probably missing a couple of things out. Because it's been just one thing after a bloody another. Like the council woman who kept coming round to house inspections, who wouldn't bugger off, threatening to ring social on me and all sorts. Got rid of her. And then now this court case on my dad dying. I took my dad dying. My dad dying. My grandma's just died. So it's been awful. What then? You can have a look, stuff, Strawberries, if you want. Just 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute, I'll come. 1 minute. So it's been awful. I'm going to have to go, you see. This is the trouble about these talking videos. It's when to film them. Because I need to not look awful. I need to be able to speak. But I'm going to have to wrap it up quick. So I feel like I've had an awful lot to deal with in the last 5 years. And I feel like it's took its toll on me. And I feel like I'm aging really badly. And I keep looking at myself and thinking, I'll probably, but like I say, I'm too poor to have it done. Let me know. Anyway, I'm going to have to go because it's climbing on. I can't let you see him, he's naked.